Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for stopping by again, and if this is your first time on this channel, you're absolutely welcome. Don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my content. And in this tutorial today, I'm going to show you how to make this stylish cut together top. It has an overlap and asymmetrical hem. Earlier on, I dropped a video on how to draft a very similar top. Alright, but in this tutorial today, I'm going to go ahead and use a free hand, and without further ado, let's get started. And so right here guys, this is the material that we're going to use for this tutorial, and I used 2 yards in making this top. If you are on a slimmer side, you can go ahead and get 1.5 yards. And so right here, we're going to be cutting the back piece first, and I've gone ahead to fold it. And in order to know the amount to fold, just go ahead and get your hip circumference and divide it by 4. Then you're going to add about 3 to 4 inches to that, okay? And to start drafting, I'll just go ahead and indicate the start line. And up next, I'll go ahead and also indicate the half length, and in this case it is 16 inches. So I'll mark a straight line across like so. And having done that, the next thing to do is to indicate the top length. And for this tutorial, the top length is 25 inches, and right here I have 25.5. all right, and that half inches is for joining allowance, okay? And right here, this is the shoulder, this is the waist, and here the top length. And up next, I'll come to the shoulder line here, and I'm going to go ahead and indicate the shoulder measurement divided by 2, and that is 7 in this case. And because this top is a cut together, we're also going to go ahead and indicate the sleeve, all right? And for the sleeve, I'm going to go ahead and use 6 inches. And right now, the next thing to do is to go ahead and create the neckline. All right, so I'm going to use the width of 3 inches and the depth of 1.25. You can just go ahead and use 1 inch or 1.5. all right, so I'll just go ahead and connect the point together like so. And right here on the sleeve part, I'll just come down by 1 inch. All right, and I'm going to link from that 1 inch point to this neckline, okay? And having done that, the next thing to do is to go ahead and create the sleeve opening. All right, so in order to do this, just go ahead and get your armhole divided by 2, and you're going to add allowance of about 1 inch or 2 inches. All right, mine is 9 inches, and I'll just go ahead and add 1 inch allowance to make 10 inches, and I'll just indicate 10 inches as our sleeve opening right here. And on that point, I'll just go ahead and extend the line inward like so. All right, then I'll connect the sleeve opening to the shoulder like so. All right, so having done that, we're going to come to this line here, and we're going to go ahead and get our bust circumference divided by 4, and we're going to add 1 inch for his allowance and 1 inch for seam allowance, okay? And I just indicated right here. And we're going to come to the waistline, and we're going to do the same thing. Waist divided by 4 plus 1 inch ease allowance and 1 inch seam allowance, okay? And having done that, we're going to proceed to the top length, and we're going to get our hip circumference divided by 4. We're going to add 2 inches ease allowance and 1 inch seam allowance. All right, you can actually do 1 inch ease allowance and 1 inch seam allowance, but I want the hip to be obvious, okay? So that's why I'm adding 2 inches for his allowance. And I'll just go ahead and connect all the points together, as you can see right here. And having done that, I'll just go ahead and create the armhole curve around here. And right about now, as you can see, this piece is already taking shape. All right, and the next thing I'll do is just to go ahead and add 1/2 inch to the shoulder line here for joining allowance. And having done that, the next thing to do is just to go ahead and cut out the pattern. And after cutting out the excesses, I'll just come to this part here at the hemline, and I'll just come upward by 1 inch. All right, you can do 1.5 inch. Alright, this is just to eliminate sharpness at the side, and I'll just link it inward like so, and then I'll just go ahead and cut out this part. And having done that, the next thing to do is to use this back piece to cut the front piece. So I'm just going to place the back piece aside, and we're going to be using this piece of fabrics for our front piece. And right here on the opened part, I'll just go ahead and start marking 3.5 all the way down, and then I'll link the point on a straight line like so. And having done that, I'll bring the back piece and I'm going to place it directly after the line. And having done that, right where the top ended, I'll just go ahead and mark a straight line like so. And the next thing to do is to go ahead and create the asymmetric that is on the front piece. All right, so right from where the top ended, I'll just come downward by about 5 inches. You can do more than this if you want the asymmetric to be very obvious. All right, but here I did 5 inches and I just marked a straight line across the point like so, right? And up next, from this extra 5 inches we just marked, we are going to connect it towards the side like so. And having done that, the next thing to do is to go ahead and cut it out. And we're also going to go ahead and cut the sides and every other part using the back piece as a guide. And having done that, we can go ahead and remove the back piece. And up next, we are going to go ahead and create neckline for the front piece, and I'm going to be using 7 inches for the neckline. Okay, then I will link it up like so. And from that neck depth, we're going to go ahead and take it slantly downward like so. All right. Alright, so note that wherever the slant stops, that is where the break point will be, and the break point is where the button would be placed, right? So if you want the break point at the waistline, just go ahead and connect directly to the waistline. And as you can see here, mine didn't stop at the waistline, it stopped around the under bust line, alright? But according to the style inspiration, the break point is supposed to be around the waistline. All right, so just do what works for you. Okay, and right now just go ahead and cut out the neckline. All right, and after cutting out the neckline, right here where we have the neck depth, I will just go ahead and notch it a little bit. That way we will know where the neckline intercepts when we are connecting both together. And right now I'll just go ahead and place both front piece side by side, and as you can see, they're of the same length, but we're going to go ahead and reduce one of them. Okay, and so I'll pick the one on the left side and we're going to work on it. And so right here, remember the extension we added in order to create the asymmetric for the top, which is about 5 inches. What we're going to do is that we're going to reduce from it. Okay, you can go ahead and reduce about 3 inches from it, so that one side will be longer and the other side will be shorter, right? So for this tutorial, I just came up by 2.5. all right, and I'm going to link towards the side like so. All right, and we're going to be cutting off. And having worked on the left piece, we're also going to make a little modification on the right piece also. And right here, this is the right piece, and at the center right here, we're going to come inward by about 1.5 inches, and I'll just note it here. All right, and from that point, I'm going to link it upward to that break point there, and we're going to cut this part off, and this will give it a stylish slant shape. All right. And having done that, this is what both the front piece looks like right now. Okay, and up next I'll cut the belt, and here I have the length of about 28 inches and the width of 5 inches. And after cutting the belt, the next thing to do is to go ahead and cut out the lining piece, and that's exactly what I've done here. I've gone ahead to cut lining piece for all the pieces, and I'm using the same material as the lining piece, okay? And having done that, the next thing to do is to go ahead and pick the main material, and we are going to go ahead and align the front and the back together, right side facing right side like so, and we are going to go ahead and join the shoulder line, right? And whatever we do to the main piece, we're also going to repeat the same process on the lining piece, all right? So we're going to join the shoulder of the lining piece also. And right here, that's exactly what I've done. I've gone ahead to join the shoulders together, and I did so for both the lining piece and the main piece, all right? And the next thing to do is to go ahead and open this piece up, and we're going to align both the lining piece and the main piece together like so. Make sure that the shoulders align together and every other part aligned, all right? And the next thing we're going to do is just to go ahead and start stitching all around. So we're going to go ahead and stitch every part, all right? And we're going to leave an opening by the side. Just choose one side, and you're going to leave an opening there so that we can go ahead and turn it over from there. And so right here, guys, I've gone ahead to stitch it, turn it inside out, and give it a good press. I couldn't find the video of where I was turning it inside out. Make sure to notch all around before you turn it inside out and give it a very good press, okay? All right, so this is it after I've already turned it inside out and I've given it a good press, all right? And the next thing we need to do right now is to go ahead and stitch the sides. So I'm going to go ahead and use half an inch to stitch the side. We've already used half an inch to turn the lining, all right? So we are left with only half an inch. And don't forget, we are going to be placing our pocket in between, all right, before stitching, okay? So we are going to place it directly on the waist area like so. We are going to sandwich it in between the front and the back, then stitch. And I'm going to repeat the same process to the other side. And right here, guys, that's exactly what I've done. I've gone ahead to stitch the side and fix the belt in, as you can see right here. So the belt is going to be tied at the back of the top, all right? And so right now, the next thing to do is to go ahead and fix in our buttons. So go ahead and get your press button, and we're going to be fixing one directly around the neckline here. So after fixing a press button on the neck area, we're also going to need another press button directly on the break point right here, okay? And after stitching the press button on the break point, you're also going to need a cover button, and I made one right here, okay? And we are going to sew that cover button directly on the top of the break point like so. However, instead of attaching a press button, you can use another method, and that is to create button holes. However, for this tutorial, I used the first method, and I just attached the cover button on top. The cover button is just there as a design. So it's the press button that is really doing the real work. Do you understand? And after fixing all this, your top is ready. Thank you so much for watching till the end, and I'll see you in my next tutorial.